Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a day. We have a lot to talk about. I'm trying to fix Donnie here. All right. We have a lot to talk about. And first and foremost, I'll get to it. To my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to continue rocking these live streams. I actually just uploaded a shortened version of this segment. You can check that out. I'll go ahead and share it when this live stream, more people come to the live stream. But today's an interesting day. You've probably heard about Avenatti and the third woman and everything going on. And oh my God, is Kavanaugh going to be confirmed? He'll be confirmed one way or another. He'll be confirmed Friday. Or Democrats don't campaign. It's one or the other. Thank you, Eric H526. The moderator, Eric H526. Luke St. Martin, hello. To my moderators, hello. Thank you. Big L, hello. Hello, everyone. Eric H526 has my latest upload. Hello, Tammy. So Brett Kavanaugh is going to be confirmed. Now, I'm going to say something very important. I do believe that the majority of women tell the truth when these types of things happen, because it doesn't, nobody benefits from a false accusation. I get that. What I will say is there are human beings who do things for political purposes. There are human beings who perhaps can be manipulated. Who knows? I'm not saying that Dr. Ford or Avenatti's client is like that. I'm not alluding to that. What I am saying is that the timing is suspect. The timing is suspect. If you're going to destroy someone's life, you're probably going to do it last second. And you're probably going to, your strategy will be, your tactic will be to hurt him or her last second, but the strategy will be to deceive, manipulate, dupe for a long time. So from July until today, they knew about everything in July. So, and they know about Keith Ellison. Yet nobody knows that Karen Monahan is Keith Ellison's ex-girlfriend. Not saying that Keith Ellison is guilty, saying that Karen Monahan is not treated like Christine Blasey Ford. So that's it. I mean, look back in your life. Look back in your life right now. Well, what were you doing 10 years ago? I mean, what was going on? Did you have an argument with your boyfriend or your girlfriend? What were you doing? Were you at the nightclub? Were you at, were you hanging out? Were you drinking with your friends? I mean, or 20 years ago or 30 years ago, what were you doing in high school? You can be destroyed. And well, then you countersue if somebody tries to go ahead and do that. But let's say you were up for a promotion at work, and then somebody calls last second and says, yes, this person, this man or this woman did something horrendous. We have no evidence. Feels good, man. 2018's midterm party fund. Yes. Thank you. Feels good, man. Thank you.
It's going to be a party.
It's going to be fun. But this hurts Democrats and it hurts the Me Too movement. You can't simply say that you care about women when it's overtly politically motivated. Now, I'm not even talking. I'm removing myself from the claims, you see. I'm removing myself from the claims. I mean, Democrats, it's interesting. I'm just looking at it just from a truly, just a political standpoint. John Conyers is no longer in Congress, but nobody talks about Keith Ellison. Could there have been a structural or political rivalry going on? Because you had a person like John Conyers who has legislation out, the Voting Rights Amendment Act, and then suddenly, okay, there's these allegations, and then he's kicked out of Congress. But then it just seems that If you're the DNC co-chair, if you're Keith Ellison, you're given, nobody talks about allegations. There was no judge or jury for John Conyers. Why is he out? Why was he treated differently than Keith Ellison? So I don't know. It's so. Representative John Conyers resigns over sexual harassment allegations. Why didn't Keith Ellison resign from these allegations? Why is that? I don't get that. The power moves one way. And John Conyers has done more for Democrats than Keith Ellison. So I don't get that. But see, again, this is all, they don't care. They don't care. They're going to hurt in midterms. They're going to hurt badly in midterms. This is going to hurt them. Okay, they know that they don't have the Senate. They know they don't have the Senate. They know they'll lose the Senate. They'll lose the House too, ladies and gentlemen. They will lose the House. They do not have the momentum. They do not have the momentum to gain the House. 23 votes ain't happening. It's not going to happen. And I don't care what 538 says. 538 says an 80% chance Democrats take the House. H.A. Goodman is telling you ain't going to happen. Just like I told you, Clinton was not going to win. Clinton was not going to win, and I said that throughout the election. And I said if it was Clinton, she would lose. Then I said, yeah, if it was Bernie, he'd win. But you know what? At that point, ladies and gentlemen, and I thank God that Trump won. Because if Bernie won, he'd be steamrolled by James Comey and Clinton and Max Boot and all of them. But he would have won had he been the nominee. I think that he would have defeated Trump. But that's because Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan would have voted Democrat. This is a nasty, disgusting, sick, vile game of power. And they're losing it. It's a nasty, disgusting, sick. They're going to try to destroy and obliterate. And what will happen is they will be politically destroyed and they will be politically obliterated. One way to see it is that they're going to fight this through October. But I don't want to see mud wrestling between Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell. Sorry. That's not really the mud wrestling that I want to see. Not that I want to see any other mud wrestling. Not that there was mud wrestling in LA about 30 years ago. Not that I'm alluding to that. I don't want to see mud wrestling between Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer. It's just not. I don't want to see them like that's hot. PMC, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Mitch McConnell, yeah, and Chuck Schumer. I don't need to see that for the whole month. Okay, and one way like that would backfire. Michael C., I'm worried that we are running out of time before the brainwashed generation of Dems is in complete control. Michael C., it's not mud wrestling fun. Feels good, man. The good guy. Feels good, man. Yes. Michael C., millennials are, that's a great point, but millennials are leaving the Democratic Party. More people are watching Sticks, Hard Bastard, this channel, and people on the left like Nico House. There's a lot of great ones. There's an Anomaly. There's just a lot of great a lot of great people who are a lot more independent / will go ahead and do any, like, if the Democratic Party, their independence on towards the right, towards the left, you know, there's a lot of voices that are actually in many ways more influential than because Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, that whole thing, they don't really control the thought process of people anymore. Democrats don't have a set value system. Shirtless Pundit is great. Zach Haller, he's awesome. There's a lot of people on the left and the right that have more of an independent viewpoint, and I think that the groupthink of the left, Michael C., is so chaotic and dysfunctional and unhealthy and sick and twisted and vile and extreme. And there's overt double standards. So Hillary Clinton calls black youth super predators, and then, okay, Trump is racist. People know. That's why on the state, on the local, on the state level, GOP controls state legislatures. They control governors, over 30 governors, House, Senate, executive. If indeed, Michael, if indeed the left had any power at all or influence, Trump would never have become president. I think their influence is dwindling exponentially. Suzanne Yoke, you predicted the 2016 presidential race back in 2015. I'm 100% with you. I don't care what the news says. The Republicans will keep the House and Senate. Suzanne Yoke. Yes. Yes. Suzanne Yoke, thank you. Thank you as always for supporting this channel. Thank you as always, Suzanne. Thank you. This is going to be a party. It's going to be a party time on November 6th. And I'm not even going to sweat it. If it goes to 2021, they're not going to get to 23. So you're on. I know I'm going to bore everyone with this. It's 4th and goal, Democrats. Okay. You got Debbie Wasserman in the backfield. Okay. You got Debbie and you got Nancy Pelosi at wideout. You're not doing good. The fade didn't work to Nancy. It didn't work. Okay. DWS got stuffed. What do you do? A QB sneak? Your QB's Chuck Schumer. He'll fumble. What do you do? Huh? Okay. You want to go up the middle? You think that DWS is Walter Payton? I don't think so. Okay. She tries to jump over the line. Yeah, you got this. And that's what takes place. Michael C. Also pretty sure the Gems blew any chance they had of winning the bids with SCOTUS farce. Repubs are fired up. Oh, exactly. You've awoken a sleeping giant. 63 million people who voted for Trump are now awake. Democrats, they have a boomerang. I call it the Trump boomerang. They're like, we're going to get you. Oh, no. Hits them back in the head. And they're so just vile. Everything that they accuse others of, from racism to sexism to Russia to everything to cheating, they're guilty of. Frankenstein. Oh, I'll be here November 6th. It's going to be great. Frankenstein. Yes. I think that it's going to surpass 2,000 people on this live stream. And I think I'll be able to compete with, I think that for that second moment in time, the live streams will be in competition with a lot bigger channels. It'll be fun. I'm thinking of confetti, but, like I said, Frankenstein, if I could take a Russian standard vodka and actually take shots, I would. Russian standard, just to rub it in the Democrats' faces. Or Stolichnaya or whatever. It's going to be a party. But see, what happened? I mean, look, Michael Avenatti is the face of the Democratic Party, and I'm happy. He's the face of the Democratic Party. enjoy, own it. The Mount Rushmore. If Democrats, I tweeted this. If Democrats gain control of the House, which they will not, Mount Rushmore will be sanded down because it's too offensive. And Michael Avenatti, Hillary Clinton, Obama, and Pelosi will be the new Mount Rushmore. Avenatti is the new face of the Democratic Party, and I thank God for that. I thank God for that. Let's put it this way. Trump called the whole thing a con job, and there was no outrage. That's how crazy. That's how crazy it is. Even the Democrats, they're like, usually they're like, did you see what Trump said? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you do this? How dare you say this, Trump? How dare you, sick, you twisted, you mean, you're horrible, you're nasty, you're vile, you're rude, you're boorish, you're horrible, I hate you. Nothing. They didn't even, that like Trump was like, this is a con job, That's it. And they didn't even say anything from that. They're like, oh, well, they usually, what my point is, he overtly called everything that's going on purely political, purely a con job. And they didn't say, how dare you? Because they know how overtly political it is. They know it's all overtly political, so they're like, they're not saying anything. I mean, you had Vox who went ahead. Max Sabin, if Dems get away with taking down Kavanaugh, they'll keep destroying innocent lives as a political tool. They'll bully anyone good from ever running our. Exactly. Yep. But they won't. See, the thing is, they don't know how to wield power. They're just stupid. You know what it is? They don't have, what do they have left? To the 730 people, what do they have left? What do they have left? Do they have legislation? Are they running on legislation? Are they running on policies? Are they running on, some kind of specific legislation? No. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Yeah, Rhonda, Iowa girl. Avenatti just royally himself. Democrats are running away from him like roaches when the light is turned on. Yes. Avenatti is the Democratic Party. He is the Democratic Party, and there's nothing you can do, Democrats. There's nothing you can do, Democrats. You have a loyal ally. You have a wonderful, great, talented, intelligent attorney. Go towards him. Go towards the light. Go towards the Avenatti. He's fantastic and awesome in every way. Make him the face of your. I mean, look at who they have. Rhonda, look at who they have. You have Pelosi. I mean, who do you pick from? Who do you pick from? You have Pelosi. You have Schumer. You have Keith Ellison. You have Avenatti. You have Clinton, Hillary Clinton. You have Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I mean, this is like a gallery of vomit-inducing political figures. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Totally. I agree with you 100%. Thank you as always, Rhonda. Suzanne Yoke, this is the best Super Chat channel. I'll be here on November 6th with my own bubble. Yes.
And don't forget. Oh, Elvis.
Suzanne Yoke. It'll be awesome. It'll be so awesome. It'll be so amazing. I mean, Wingless Angel's here. Wingless Angel, we love you. You can't go ahead and if your goal is to hurt others, if you just stay, I usually stay in my lane in my life and also in media. I've tried to stay in my lane, and people have gone into my lane, and then I have to retaliate. But otherwise, I stay in my lane. Now, if you don't stay in your lane and your job is not to go forward in life, your job is to hurt and try to destroy, then maybe you will be destroyed. Maybe that happens. Maybe you miscalculate, and maybe you try to mess with the wrong person and you're hurt. That happens sometimes. And the Democrats are like, oh my God, we finally have him. They're like, we finally have it. We've perfected down the hate. We have it. We've done everything possible. We've done everything we could do. And it's not working out so well for the Democrats. Micmac, HA, I'm Canadian. The Canadians totally screwed with Trudeau. Trudeau is awesome. I saw his boxing. Did everybody know that Trudeau had a boxing match? It's kind of interesting. I'm a longtime follower of yours, and I thank you, American brothers and sisters, for choosing Mr. Trump for president. The Dems will have to eat their own. Micmac, thank you, Micmac. Yeah, Trudeau is hilarious because I don't know, like every Canadian that watches this channel can't stand him. There's a coffee shop in LA I go to, the guy's from Canada, and he's like, I can't stand Trudeau. Oh, humankind, Micmac, peoplekind, mankind, sorry. Well, we mustn't say mankind. We mustn't say mankind, Trudeau said. We must say peoplekind. Okay. All right, buddy. Whatever you say, buddy. Peoplekind. Peoplekind. And my new name is H.A. Good People. Micmac. Yes, thank you. When your goal in life is to hurt and destroy, sometimes you get destroyed. Sometimes that happens to you. Sometimes when you try to work, if vengeance is your motive in life, if vengeance and hate, if you try to work and to destroy others, and in your political system, you deceive millions and millions and millions of people and say, no, we didn't lose. It was Russia. We didn't lose. It was Russia. Russia gave it to Trump. No. Believe us. No, we have him now. We have Mueller. We have Michael Cohen. We have Stormy Daniels. We have the National Enquirer. We have, look, we're going to get him. We have Rick Gates. We got Manafort. Look, we're going to get him now. We have Papadopoulos. Look, we're going to get him now. We have Flynn, who's an honorable man who should be completely exonerated. We have all of these. We're going to get him. You just wait. And then eventually people are going to say, we're waiting. We're waiting for you to impeach Trump. We're waiting for you to give some evidence of Trump Russia. And while we're waiting, let's look at how Bernie Sanders was treated. While we're waiting, how much legislation are you pushing? While we're waiting, what is it that you stand for? Democrats spend more time kicking people out of restaurants than drafting legislation to help their voters. All they care about is show because they have nothing of substance. It's like the guys at the bar. You know the guy at the bar who is the most dangerous is the quiet one. Don't mess with quiet people. You might, because you're behind, might write a check. No, you might write, what is it? You might write a check that you're behind can't cash. Don't mess with quiet people. It's always the loudmouths more often than not are, the guy who can't fight. It's always the loudmouth, loud, bark. It's the quiet person that's like, oh man, that's probably a person I shouldn't mess with. Now, Trump is an interesting one because he's loud, but he backs it up. There's certain people that are loud and they back it up. Okay. And what's taking place. But I can't stop with Bernie because Bernie Sanders, for a moment in time, represented something beautiful. Now, am I glad that Trump is president? Yes. I think that Bernie would have been controlled by the media and the Democratic Party. If he didn't fight back after getting cheated, I don't think he would have fought back. I love Bernie as a human being, but you can't go ahead and fight for the little guy if you don't fight the big guy. And he did not fight the big guy. He did not fight the power. And Trump is actually fighting a different type of political power. And you get change from the right. You get change from a conservative vantage point, which is still great. Wondering what ledger entry Antifa funding falls on DNC tax filings. Horace! Well, they don't. They go through their law firms. They go through people. So Hillary Clinton, Horace, went through her law firm to purchase the Steele dossier. So, she went through her law firm to go ahead and outsource CrowdStrike. So it's Sticks. My goodness, Sticks is here. Yes. Already late. Sticks, this is Belushi. I had to see if this is a real Sticks. It is. Yeah. Sticks, this is John Belushi. But you know that. Artie Lang. I should get an Artie Lang. There was actually a in LA. There used to be these awesome like muffins and pastries, and there was one called the Artie Lang, and it was like unbelievable. Anyway, Sticks is in the house. Thank you, Sticks, for tuning in. It is an honor to have you here. And they're not nothing. It's not going to work when you wield power to hurt. It's like a boomerang. It comes back. Dean Diefendorf, Trump UN conference just now was masterful. Dean, yes, I was very upset when people were laughing. I was like, well, you weren't laughing when Obama destroyed Libya. Sticks has a great segment on that also about the UN. But you weren't laughing when Obama was destroying Libya. You weren't laughing when Bush was setting the Middle East ablaze. Interesting how, and these are the same UN diplomats who allow the most horrific genocides in Rwanda and Darfur and everywhere. And now they're laughing at Trump. If God exists, he's laughing at them. These diplomats. Dictator. I am in gym and CNN is on Trump. Every time I go to the gym, I have to watch CNN. It's just like, now I just laugh at it. Before it was annoying. Just a press conference on Acosta is mad Trump called on so many male reporters. Jim Acosta. There's one hilarious like say something like that song with Jim Acosta, and it like the camera just goes in on his face. It's that song's the name of that song, and it's like that song in the background, and then it's Jim Acosta, and he's like looking earnest. He's just earnest. I mean, it's going to be really interesting how they spin the loss. They're going to lose the House and the Senate. And I already did the calculations. They ain't going to get 23 in the House. Let's say they get 22, or let's say they get 10. They're going to have the most epic meltdown. And they're going to, and to the progressives who still watch my channel, I love you. And this is not a diss. I'm not dissing anyone. I'm warning you. To the 819 people, this is a friendly reminder of how evil the Democratic Party can be. They're going to go after the Democratic Bernie Sanders supporters, and they're going to attack and demean and bully once again. They hated, some of them said they hated Bernie with the passion of 1,000 suns. Okay, 1,000, solar entities. And they stated that, and that was for Ohio. That was when Balderson won. That was one congressional race. Okay. Now multiply that times 435. If Democrats are going to say, I hate Bernie with the passion of 1,000 suns, then do the math. Times 435. 435,000 suns. Solar entities. Max Sabin. Bernie was a plan for the Clintons the whole time. He built a wave of support to which he handed over the Clintons because Hillary needed a movement. I'm not going to argue with you on that, Max. As much as it hurts me to even think that's possible. As much as it hurts me to think that that's possible. But Max, thank you so very much. Thank you, Max. I can't argue with you on that. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Acosta told Trump to call on a woman. Why would Acosta? Who made him referee and arbiter of all things good? Trump was he said, "What does that mean?" and rolled his eyes. Wow. They can't get him. Trump is like a void. What is like black holes in okay, let me give you a black hole, a definition that I can go ahead. Black hole is a region of space-time exhibiting such strong gravitational effect that nothing, not even particles and electromagnetic radiation such as light, can escape from inside it. The theory of general relativity predicts that sufficiently a compact mass can deform space-time to form a black hole. The theory of general relativity predicts that a sufficiently compact mass can deform space-time to form a black hole. Whatever that means, that's Trump. That's Trump to the media. That's Trump to the media. A region of space having a gravitational field so intense that no matter or radiation can escape. That's Trump to the media. They're drawn to him, and they're just stuck there forever. Since both you and Styx are here, I and a lot of your viewers really rely on both you guys for the real news. You guys are what journalism should be. Thank you, Bruce Tomaszewski. You know what? I'm a fan of Styx Exenhammer. I listen to Styx like every day. I listen to Kevin's Corner. I listen to Hard Bastard. Styx is fantastic. And I've been a fan of Styx Exenhammer since before the election. He is awesome. And when he graces this channel, I am very, very, very pleased and happy. So thank you, Styx. Bruce, thank you. Thank you. Papa D. Judge Ginny mentioned some ancient history on her show that would cast a dark shadow on Dr. Ford's motive. Nothing said by anyone since. Papa D, I didn't hear that. But this can't work out well for anyone. Can't work out well for anyone involved. So, it can't work out well for anyone involved. I don't know. Papa D, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how Democrats react to it's going to be interesting to see how Democrats react to the confirmation, because he will be confirmed. It's just a matter of time. He will be confirmed. And what do they do then? What calamity do they address then? Will it be Trump's eating cheeseburgers? What happens? What happens? Truth Hurts 18. I was YouTube policies, I want to be super, super cautious. Truth Hurts 18. I'm sorry to hear this. You should wait until November 7th, before November 8th, 2020. Truth Hurts 18. Thank you. Let's see what the Democrats are saying. I want to see this. So, CNN. Let's just look at the CNN Twitter feed, okay? Christine Blasey Ford will tell the Senate that Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, okay, assaulted her in high school years, stayed with her whole life, according to prepared testimony for Thursday's hearing. Why do they already know her testimony? It's bizarre. The press conference, by the way, was awesome. I was listening to a lot of it. Let's see if we can hear some of it. Susan W., thank you. Let's see if I can hear some of it, because when Brett Kavanaugh gets confirmed, it'll be yet another win for Republicans, a devastating loss. It's a devastating political loss for Democrats because they've made it so. Instead of simply saying, look, let's go into, like, they could have had a chance in midterms. Now they're definitely going to, like, they were always definitely going to lose. They weren't going to get, they could have come close in the House. They're not going to come now. Whatever happens, Rhonda, Iowa Girl, both put out their opening statements. Wow. Thank you, Rhonda, Iowa Girl. Thank you. The average midterm voter is older. The older crowd is not interested in what makes younger millennials outraged. It's going to backfire completely. The older you get, the more you realize that, yes, certain people can lie, especially for economic and political reasons. And when something smells just completely bizarre and weird and funny, a lot of times it's, a lot of times it's based on something other than virtue. So Democrats are like, oh, well, we're gonna utilize the media in such a way to just make everyone crazy. What they're trying to do also is, like, they're trying to turn up the volume to the point that it's so blaring that even people on the right say turn it off. But see, the people on the right are not going to say turn it off. Kavanaugh tweet, Trump is the more I challenge him to debate me. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so funny. Now now they have a big problem. That's so funny. Now they have a big problem because the thing is, they have Avenatti, who is the face of the Democratic Party. And what do they do? Like, what do they do? What can they do? Because they didn't count on that. They didn't count on Avenatti becoming the face of the Democratic Party. It wasn't part of their public relations thing. So hold on one second. Let's listen to this. This is Trump.
I haven't given anything. And all of a sudden, we got back. It was 2 weeks ago. I think we were back like 2.5 months from the summit, which was a great success. And people are screaming, "What's taking so long?" I said, "Oh, I get it. You got to understand the media. I've been dealing with the media all my life, too much. They're screaming, and I saw that. And our guys were, and not mine, but our guys were being, "Oh, well, we're working as fast." I said, "I got all the time in the world. I don't have to rush it. There's no, cessation of sanctions. We got the sanctions on. I didn't take any sanctions on. I did see the reporter last night, a guy I like personally a lot, and he asked a question. President Moon of South Korea said, "Why did the president give so much?" I didn't give anything. I gave nothing. What have I given? Other than some time. Yes, I flew to Singapore. We had a meeting.
So notice that Trump actually has things to talk about. Things to actually talk about. He has things to discuss. Things to talk about, like peace between North and South Korea. What do Democrats have to discuss? Nothing. Let's listen to this.
I got 50 with women. Everyone said this could happen, 52%. Women are so angry. And I frankly think that they like what the Republicans are doing, but I think they would have liked to have seen it go a lot faster. But give them their day in court. Let her have her day in court. Let somebody else have a day in court. But the ones that I find, I mean, I have men that don't like it, but I have women that are incensed at what's going on. I've always said,
and he's right. Democrats think that all women watch CNN and love Anderson Cooper. That's not the case. Micmac, Chinese word of wisdom for them: one who goes to sleep. Yes. Excellent, Micmac. Thank you. Papa D, if I'm in all right. Yes. The live chat's going awesome. Papa D, thank you. Micmac. Can't read it, but thank you so very much. Thank you, Micmac. They think that like 52% of white women voted for Trump, and they think that they own the thought process of white women or minorities. They don't. They don't. The walkaway movement was started by a gay man in New York. And they've created all these euphemisms. They created like every single euphemism they've created, they never used, or they don't use when the Democrats in office. So it's we're watching the slow demise, the slow destruction of the Democratic Party. And people are, when you push too much, when you push a Bob C. Yes, thank you, Bob C. When you push too much and you push a narrative and you push a propaganda too much, instinctively human beings, and Americans, especially Americans, instinctively push back. Americans, and I think most countries, but especially, I mean, I would say America especially, pushes back. We have the ability to push back. We're free enough of a nation to push back and say, no, nah, not happening. Not happening. Nah, it's too much. You've overplayed your hand. 2018 polls, Democrats may win House in midterms. Dems hold edge in Rust Belt state. Polls show key Trump states flipping back to Democrats. Oh, I got to put that. So you have these, and these polls are purely media driven. Purely media driven. And you're going to see them tighten up. And if it's below 7 points, you can just, it won't be good for Democrats if it's below 7 points. Let's put it that way. It won't be good at any point. I don't care what the polls say. So, but congressional polls, midterms. Yeah, it's 7.7 points. It was over 8 points, and it's just tightening. See, you have a situation where it's 4.4 points in August. Then it goes to 6.8 points August 9th, so 7.8, then 8 points August 29th. And then the media has been in full attack mode, and it stayed 8 points all throughout September. Stayed all throughout September, 8 points. They can't sustain it, ladies and gentlemen. It's purely media driven. You can't sprint a mile. It doesn't work that way. Gotcha and Geisha. Women said they wanted more power, and this is what they want to do. Democrats are ruining any gains women have made. They're definitely ruining the Me Too movement. I agree with you. How long will it take for women to recover? I think, Gotcha and Geisha, I think that Democrats hurt liberal women, and I don't think that women on the left really understand this. I think that Democrats utilize the media and deceive their voters. And they say the same of Republicans, but it's really true for Democrats. I mean, Trump is bringing back manufacturing jobs. 300,000 lost under 8 years of Obama. Over 327,000 created under Trump. David Gordon, t-shirt idea for you. Triumph. Yes. That is a great idea. That is a great idea. Excellent. Thank you, David. Thank you, David Gordon. That is a great idea. Tamara Friedman. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Tamara Friedman. Thank you. Thank you, Tamara Friedman. Thank you. But I mean, if you look at the polls, you can't sustain. Look, polls in 2006, and I was looking at this because I was looking at the 06 polls, and I was looking at CNN's coverage in 2006. CNN, believe it or not, was a normal cable station. It wasn't hyper partisan. Now there was a Fox, and then there was everyone else that weren't. They weren't really partisan. They leaned liberal, but it wasn't like hyper in your face partisan beyond belief. It wasn't like that. In 2006, they got 31 votes. They got 31 net gain seats. Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was with a united Democratic Party. Well, by the way, really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and all 881 people, check out my upload. I just sent it right now. Check out the upload. Again, it's right there. So that's the upload condensed version of this segment. But you look at, they got 31 seats. Now, that was with a unified Democratic Party. That was with a Democratic Party that was talking about, if you could believe it, centrism. Howard Dean was talking about moving the country back to the center, if you could believe that. They weren't saying abolish, government organizations or everyone is a supremacist or enabler, or all of these things, or people are sexist or whatever. Those types of accusations came when Hillary Clinton eventually just controlled the Democratic Party. In 2006, she would lose eventually to Obama in 2008, rightfully so. Hillary Clinton, without like $1 billion, she wouldn't be able to beat anyone, to defeat anyone. Senate, fine. But you can have Clinton run 10 times for president. She's not winning. She's not winning. There's too much there to dislike. There's too many failed decisions. There's too many scandals that actually have evidence of criminal wrongdoing. But 2006 was a time period that was completely different in U.S. history, or in American history, from today. We are a hyper partisan society. And in a hyper partisan society, you need two stark choices that are the antithesis of one another. You don't get that with Democrats. They think that they're completely opposite from Trump, but they're not. They're opposite. They're different, but they don't provide a completely a viewpoint that's the antithesis. Meaning, they're actually more militant. They actually have Max Boot and Robert Kagan and Bill Kristol and other neoconservatives who are voting Democrat. They're actually saying, yeah, we should overthrow. They're still talking about overthrowing leaders in the Middle East. They're still talking about it. They are more militant than Trump. If Trump goes ahead and launches a strike, oh, it's not enough. They're more militant. You do not have the antithesis of Trump. And that's the problem. That's the problem with Democrats. They don't realize we're in a hyper-partisan society. You need two choices if you're talking about American politics. If you don't have two choices you can choose from, then you choose the most genuine. So Trump says, I'm going to make this country great again. And then Trump says, I'm going to stand for the national anthem. Then Trump says, hey, I'm bringing manufacturing jobs back. And Trump says there's a great economy. And then Trump says, hey, Comey, McCabe, Strzok, you're out of here. You tried to set me up. Then Trump says, show me the evidence. Then Democrats say, oh, yeah, well, we believe in, we don't like your attitude and your personality, and we respect the intelligence community. Well, nobody cares about that. Well, we're going to protect this country from Russia. That's how patriotic we are. Nobody cares about that. People laugh. People laugh. I remember I was the last generation to remember, thinking, hey, could the Soviet Union, destroy us? I remember in the 80s watching Friday nights. There was no cable. And the Cold War segments where they had to go into the fallout bunker. I remember those. Okay, kids today or millennials or people in their 30s don't remember that. They don't remember that. They grew up, there was no Soviet Union. So Democrats are like, oh, we're going to protect you from Russian interference. People laugh. There's no evidence of Russian interference. They haven't shown the Facebook ads that swung Wisconsin voters. They say two things at once. They go ahead, they say, well, we won the popular vote. Yeah. Oh, but you know what? We then we won the popular vote, but they swung the election. Well, nobody cares about that. They're trying to be patriotic. They're trying to say we love this nation more than Trump in the most absurd manner. Americans generally, especially the more, people don't generally like the CIA or the NSA. We don't look at them and say, wow, what great organizations. We say, well, you know what? We got to have them, I guess. Just came across the wire. Fourth accusation of Kavanaugh reported by fake news NBC. Can you confirm, HA? You know what? Let me find out. That would be hilarious. Because, where were all these people? They're really pulling out all the stops. Four sworn declarations. 4 come forward vouching for Kavanaugh accuser Ford. But even Suzanne Yoke, I can't find a fourth accuser. But what they've done is they're like, well, there's 4 people who say that Ford told them it happened. Well, that doesn't mean anything. Then Avenatti's thing is like, well, we have a sworn affidavit. We have a sworn affidavit. That doesn't mean anything either. You can have a sworn affidavit that Socrates touched you in 390 BC. Go ahead and prove that. Prove that in court with the legal document that you say is, oh my God. That means nothing. Democrats hide behind bureaucracy and legalese and the system. And they don't realize that people see right through them. The same people who made the system, the Senate or the senators, or, they know what's going on. Or not made, but at least you don't get to the United States Senate unless you know the American judicial, political, social fabric of this country in and out. You know pretty much maybe not social, but you know pretty much what's going on. And they're not going to be duped by Democrats. Democrats are just basically, this is a Hail Mary pass, and it's a fade to Debbie Wasserman Schultz in the end zone. Ron, the Iowa girl, Bill Clinton lost the popular vote. I think he won the popular vote. Let me check on that. Hmm. 1992. Popular vote he won. 44 million to 39 million for Bush. Now, that's Wikipedia. Let's go ahead. 96. Yeah, he won the popular vote again also. 47 million to 39 for Bob Dole. I'm Bob Dole. Ross Perot is awesome. Wow. Ross Perot got 8 million votes. They would have come within a couple 100,000 votes to win. Wow, that is interesting. That is interesting. Three friend and hubby. It's her. Oh wow, that's right. Okay. Three friend and husband. Wow. Wow. And that's the thing. I mean, their standard of proof they don't use that against Ron, the Iowa girl. Lou Dobbs was wrong. Yep. Ron, the Iowa girl. Thank you, Ron, the Iowa girl. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, the standard of proof for Democrats is like completely ridiculous now. They're like completely ridiculous people. All they do is they go ahead and they say, well, someone told somebody something, so you better believe whatever we say. It's like, no, that's not the way it works. That's not the way life works. You wouldn't even, like, if you lose friendships from gossip and hearsay, people lose friendships from gossip and hearsay. Gossip is like one of the worst, most horrible, disgusting things. It just gets you, it messes with people's minds. It's bad for society. And Democrats embrace it. When do Republicans go ahead and start a rumor and actually act upon it? Now, yes, okay. They say, okay, I disagree with people. I think Obama was born in the country. Okay, so I disagree with conservatives or people on the right, whatever, conservatives that disagree. Say, oh, Obama was born in the country. I mean, it was born in someplace else. He was born in the United States of America. It doesn't even the whole discussion is not even relevant. It actually hurts the Republican Party. Take it from a Democrat who actually, a former Democrat who spends every waking hour dismantling the Democratic Party. I'm saying that's like a lost thing. It actually hurts. But see, the thing is, nobody acted upon that. There were no investigations. There were no calls to, there were calls for Obama to step down, but not really. Hillary Clinton used that. David Plouffe stated that Clinton, using a photo of Obama to kind of foster that, she was the original birther as well. Was the most shameful, offensive fear-mongering. That's David Plouffe in The Guardian. But my point is, but nothing came of it. It was like, it's not like the media and the Democratic Party or the media and the Republican Party and, we're in cahoots to try to go ahead and start investigations. Democrats start investigations, FBI investigations, FBI probes. They try to stop Supreme Court nominees. I mean, this is like a statement, and then everyone should stop their lives and everyone should stop what they're doing. And the statement is now fact because it was stated. Now, I'm not talking about the Me Too movement. That's a whole different story. I'm talking about this specific political situation where they get the information in July. They could have told President Trump, hey, listen, don't go ahead. This guy has too many, people. We care about women, da-da-da. They don't. And they don't go after Keith Ellison. Tamara Friedman, people who believe and share gossip are worse than the originator. Yep. They keep it going. Love you. Exactly. Exactly. They keep it going. And it's just, the Democratic Party is toast. It's toast. First of all, like I said, Democrats need to win California contests. They're not going to. They're not going to. The 14 Republicans, almost all of them will remain. If the 14 Republicans in California remain, they have zero margin for error. Do you understand? Zero margin for error to get 23 seats. And you get John Cox, who could possibly win. He could possibly beat Gavin Poop on the Street Newsom. So, I mean, look, like I said, it's 4th and goal. You're down by 1 and you have 2 free throws. You have to hit that 2-foot putt to win the Masters. Okay, what else? Oh, it's bases loaded. 3 balls, 2 strikes. You're down by 3 runs. It's bottom of the 9th, 7th game. What are you gonna do, Debbie Wasserman? Because you got Trump throwing the high heat. You got Trump with a nasty slider. You got Trump throwing 102 down middle. Okay? Do you have the bat speed? Do you have the bat speed, Debbie Wasserman? I don't think so. I don't think so. You couldn't even hit the 50-mile-per-hour cage. DWS or Chuck Schumer. How are you going to, if you can't hit the 60-mile-per-hour cage, how can you hit Arlandis Chapman? How can you go ahead and go and hit 100 miles per hour? Bases loaded. 2 strikes. Bottom of the 9th, game 7. You couldn't even hit, you couldn't even hit the 50-mile-per-hour cage. So you need 0 margin for error. 0, 0, 0, 0 margin for error. And you better make sure you win toss-ups. And you're 8-2 if you're Republican, and you've only won 2 out of 10 if you're Democrat. Democrats have lost close elections. They have lost close elections. They need to win. They need to have net gains. A net gain. They need to defeat the Republican incumbent entrenched in Iowa, entrenched in California, entrenched in Missouri, entrenched in Florida. Ain't gonna happen. It's a great economy. And when they've gotten close, they've lost in special elections. They've only won 2 out of 10. So tell me again. You have 0 margin for error, Democrats, and you are ruining any chance. Well, they're not going to win, but any chance that they did have, they've already squandered with this insanity, with all of everything going on now. 832 people watching this right now, and all of us have experienced some anxiety today. You have all experienced anxiety. I have experienced anxiety. It's not the anxiety like life and death. It's not the anxiety that, a loved one could, if you have an argument or something's wrong. No, it's not. It's just the normal, everyday CNN, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Nancy Pelosi, Clinton driven anxiety that we all have to deal with. That we all have to say, oh, well, that's just what they do to us, the media. They make us, it's the mud wrestling that you don't want to watch. Sometimes there's mud wrestling you want to watch, not that I would know. And sometimes you just don't want to see a naked Mitch McConnell and a naked Chuck Schumer. You don't want to. And unfortunately, I'm just letting you know, don't want to give you the visual. McConnell's going to win that mud wrestling match. And as he wins, believe me, nobody wins watching. So what have you gained? Democrats, you've gained, McConnell and Schumer mud wrestling. And we've all had to watch. And at the end, the winner was McConnell. And we've all I go blind. Eric H526. And at the end, what have you left the country with? Mud wrestling with two senators. Not the good mud wrestling kind, which I'm not saying that there is a good kind. I'm just saying there could be. Not that I would know. So, exactly, Gloria Young. Yeah, exactly. I have had to, ladies and gentlemen, in California, I have had to get I just the other day, I'm not joking. I am not joking. Okay? I went into a river storm. I got out of my car, put my credit card in the meter. I was going to go get coffee and come back and do a segment. Young phenom. I got to roll with it. That's what the law, that's what California does to people. I got out of my car and I said, "Oh my God, I smell like poop." Not like a dog's poop. I said like human poop. And it's a really nice coffee shop too. So I was like, I was going to get something to eat there. And I'm like, I'm just going to go in, like, don't be silly, HA. Don't be stupid. It's not like people who work there are going to like touch the poop on the ground. I don't know where it is, but I smell it. It's California, after all. It's Gavin Newsom, the Democrats control. So I'm like, oh. But what if somebody was taking out the trash and they stepped in it, and then if they stepped in it, oh no. And I'm like, no, you're being crazy. You're being stupid. You sick. Just go in. Okay? People poop on the street now. It's normal. Just go in. And I'm like, I don't really want to go in to the restaurant now because, well, I don't know. What if that human poop got into the food somehow? And I said, no, don't be stupid. That's crazy. You're an idiot. Just go in. And I went back in my car and I got the heck out. And I went to another place. Because I was like, I'm not taking a chance. Plus, it was smelly. And it was like, I'm telling you, it's nasty. It's like obviously a different smell. Look, before like Gavin Newsom and like Democrats really destroyed California, I never had to differentiate between human poop and dog poop because the only poop would be dog poop. Now there's human poop. And it's not just in San Francisco, it's also in California. So there you go. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. To the 852 people who are watching, you're welcome. Okay? That poop star. It's just like, I mean, is it that too much to ask that I go to a restaurant or a coffee shop? Is it too much to ask that I don't smell these things? I don't think it's too much I don't think I'm asking too much. I mean, on a side note also, look, God bless like homeless people. God bless them. I wish them the best. And obviously, I'm a firm believer in my life that anyone could be homeless at any moment. You have like 5 or 6 bad breaks all at once. And, so that's why you appreciate your life. One of the reasons you appreciate your life. Bruce Tomaszewski. There's nothing wrong with YouTube policies there, but that just got in my brain. Oh no, Bruce. See, you took the baton from me and just went to warp speed on that one. But you just, now I just like short circuited my brain. That was hilarious. Banning straws, you poop on the street. Everything is topsy-turvy. Everything's topsy-turvy. And oh yeah, the homeless. So I'm not like, God bless homeless people. And when I see a homeless person, most of my life I gave money and everything. But I'm talking about the meth heads in LA. I'm talking about at night. The freaks, that song, The Freaks Come Out at Night. The freaks come out at night. Well, the freaks come out at night in LA. Do you understand? The freaks come out at night. And it's like, I'm talking, it's like, Escape from New York with Kurt Russell. It's Mad Max. And like, I'm telling you, if I go to a CVS late at night, if the wife says, hey, you know what, get something at Ralph's or whatever, supermarket, like I'm ready for battle. I'm ready for battle. I literally say to myself, you know what? If a tweaker comes anywhere near me, it's on. Please, tweaker, don't come near me. Don't do it. Don't do it. And that's it. And with the tweakers and the meth heads, you have to look them in the eye. Say, don't do it. Don't go there. Don't do that. Mark Skoggs, CNNHL. So, and it's just like, I'm telling you, you're driving and you see, like, I'm not dissing anyone. These are not like, yes, they're homeless, but I'm not talking, these are not just home, like, it's not like a person down on his luck. I'm talking about like you'll have a tweaker, just like, not with like, shopping cart, just like a tweaker, or like, this is like walking in the middle of the street at night. Like, you're driving, it's like, well, hello, why are you in the middle of the street? Can you please? And then they'll flick you off if you honk, or like, So, and it's just like, it's craziness. But that's why John Cox has a chance to actually win. He really, really does. He really does. He has a chance to win. And there's a gas tax also. I can tell you, in California, where like if you're in the middle of the country, you'll pay like, a lot less. Debbie, I've been to Provo, Utah. It's awesome. Utah's a nice place. Utah is a very beautiful, nice place. They're going to go ahead and Friday, they're going to very likely confirm Kavanaugh. And then they'll just be like, look, do you see how evil Trump is? You don't want to vote for him in the election. Vote for us. We stand for you. We love you. We won't talk about Keith Ellison because he's the DNC co-chair. But Kavanaugh is evil. And luckily, from our courage, we've exposed his evil. Can you get out of here, Avenatti? Nobody asked you. We're talking now. No, Avenatti, get out. No. Again, shut the door. Someone shut the door on this guy. No, again, be quiet. We're trying to pontificate. You're ruining everything. Oh, Vote Democrat. Vote Democrat. We will protect you from evil people who suddenly at the last moment have a whole bunch of bad things said about them. Vote Democrat. Because who wants a great economy with record consumer confidence and record low unemployment and a 4.2% GDP growth? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Well, look at Trump. All the world leaders laughed at Trump. All the world leaders who let genocide take place and who preside over failed states and who do nothing to prevent conflicts, but go to cocktail parties and try to get people like George Papadopoulos set him up and then pretend that it's a big problem. And the Russians tried to, they were laughing. I don't care that they were laughing. I have disdain for global diplomats. World diplomats are the worst. Who was it was a very courageous Canadian officer who in Rwanda was trying to notify the United Nations, and he was ignored by all these diplomats laughing at Trump. Rwandan genocide. Oh, Romeo Dallaire, one of the very courageous man. Romeo Dallaire. He was a courageous man. Lieutenant General Romeo Antonius Dallaire is a Canadian humanitarian author and retired senator and general. Dallaire served as a force commander for the ill-fated United Nations peacekeeping force in Rwanda between 1993 and 1994 and attempted to stop the genocide. Oh, and guess what? Oh, and guess what happened? Oh, and guess what? All the people laughing at Trump, they were drinking champagne as people were getting murdered in a Holocaust, in a genocide in Rwanda. So spare me the reverence for the global diplomats, people, United Nations diplomats. I really don't care. I really don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Thank you so very much. I'll be back soon to my super chat. Thank you so very, very much. Kavanaugh's going to get confirmed. And whether it's sooner or later, he'll get confirmed. Unless there's like some kind of police report that didn't show up in the 6 FBI investigations, he's going to get confirmed. Give me your thoughts. Share this segment. God bless. To my super chat, thank you. I'll see you soon. Thank you.